So, I've been battling against depression for at least the last 10 years of my life. Except for maybe one one person. I've essentially lost every close connection that I've ever had. Whether they be friends, family, relationships. People have just faded out of my life, and my ability to hold on to connections and to stay close to people seems to be drifting further and further away as I grow up. Because it seems to me that everyone is fake in today's world. People will, smile into your face and then, try to destroy you the next chance they get behind your back. And when you go through this process for days, for weeks, months, and years, you start to lose hope. You start to lose any kind of hope that you have of maintaining and living a happy, normal, sustainable life. I don't know. So I found myself a few years ago, moving out of my house, going thousands of miles away from any person that I've ever known, and I'm now in a new place where I absolutely have nobody, right? I am a complete stranger to everyone, and everyone is a stranger to me in this new environment. Trying to, build a life, build a career, build an empire, change the world, save the world, however you want to call it. And I'm trying my best to do so, but the environment has been beating me down into dust. It has been destroying me. One of the only things that I've ever had in my life that has been consistent are video games. You might be laughing right now, making fun of me, but it's the truth. Video games are something that have always been there. They've always helped lift me up when I'm down. They've always given me motivation, given me courage and strength to move on. And they've reminded me of who I am and what I want to be. Well, since moving out of my house and living on my own for the past, it's been almost 2 years now, my depression has been at incredible levels, like unsustainable levels, where sometimes I think that I'm just going to perish and fade away in the middle of the night. So last summer, it was 2018, I found myself playing Bloodborne. And if you know anything about Bloodborne, it is a very dark and dreary and depressing game. Almost the entire time. There are very few light moments in that game. I love it to death, don't get me wrong, but it was, you have to be in a certain state of mind in order to play that game. And it was an outward manifestation of the inward turmoil and, chaos that I have inside my heart and in my mind. I started to, feel even more disconnected from everything around me. Even though I've never played any of the Dark Souls games, there's a term in Dark Souls that's known as going hollow. And my understanding of going hollow, it is a symptom of hopelessness. It's what happens to you when you start to lose your free will. You start to lose all hope or all sense of purpose in your life, and that's what happens to the characters in that game. And as I've read about it, as I've, did a little bit of research into it, that's exactly how I've been feeling. It was so representative of how my life has been going. I started to feel hollow, as like my heart was leaving my body and I was losing all sense of purpose, which is very similar to what happens in that game. It seems like without a goal or a purpose, you just genuinely start to feel like a hollow being, almost like you don't even exist anymore. And the level of depression that I felt was just astronomical. It was unbearable, to be honest with you. Well, right around that time, near the end of the summer, Kingdom Hearts, the all-in-one collection got released. And I knew that Kingdom Hearts 3 was coming around soon, in 2019. So I got it, I got the collection, and I told myself I wanted to play through all the games before Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, because I wanted to catch up on all the story. Because I love Disney. I've always loved Disney since I was a child. Well, it's beautiful to say, but Kingdom Hearts kind of, it helped me. It helped pull me out of the hole of depression that I had been in. A little bit. I'm nowhere near completely out. I'm still majorly depressed and very upset and sad and lonely on a daily basis, all the time. But as I mentioned earlier, these games, they help me. They're like a medicine for me. They help treat the wounds. They're like a salve that helps keep the depression or the anxiety at bay. In Kingdom Hearts, man, well, I remember starting up the first game, you're just a kid, Sora, like, on this beach, you're hanging out, you're playing with your friends, Riku and Kairi, and you lose them. They get taken from you literally by darkness itself, like a cloud of darkness. It takes them, and they are lost to it. And the whole series in general is him trying to find his friends and to bring them back, to reconnect with them. It's so prevalent to my life. I felt like I have lost everything, right? And my heart is weak. It is so weak. And I will never be complete until everything reconnects and comes back into my life. And so I went on this journey, watching the movies, watching the videos, playing the games in order, following the story of what it is, of what Kingdom Hearts is. It's very, confusing, but at its heart, at its core, it's incredibly simple, It's just about light versus darkness, good versus evil. A kid trying to reconnect with his friends, with his loved ones. And it was beautiful. The whole journey was absolutely beautiful. And then I ended it waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3. And then when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, it was absolutely incredible. I loved it. My only complaint is, I wish there was more content in the game. They're releasing a DLC, and once that comes out, I think the game will be absolutely complete. But the music, the graphics, the story, the characters, everything about it, the dialogue, beautiful. A lot of it is just so beautiful and heartwarming. And the enemy characters in that game are what are known as the Heartless. And they are essentially people that have lost their hearts, and it all kind of circles back to with the Dark Souls and the Bloodborne and going hollow. It's just funny how all these things connect, right? And these people have lost sight of what the light is and what love is, and they just, do evil things and evil deeds, trying to control people and murder and kill and steal. But there's, there's a few characters that always fight for what's right, for what is light and what is truth. And moreover, it's all connected to Disney. Okay, so this is where it all circles back to reminding me of who I am and what I want to be. Because Disney, the heart of Disney, I'm not going to talk about what's going on currently with them, but the purest part of Disney is just love, The Lion King, The Little Mermaid, Toy Story, these types of stories, Pirates of the Caribbean. Amazing storytelling of these wonderful characters that go to any lengths to save their friends and their loved ones. They will stop at nothing until they all are together. And that's what you do in Kingdom Hearts. You literally travel to different Disney worlds, and you go and you interact with the characters in those worlds, and you help solve their problems while they help you. And it's just this beautiful synergy of unity and connection that I have never seen before in any type of game franchise ever. So to me, when I'm looking back on it for 2019, I think that Kingdom Hearts 3 is my game of the year. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, Devil May Cry, it's all up there. Now, Death Stranding comes out in like 2 weeks, so we have no idea. That might swoop in and take the crown, but just as of right now, as the recording of this video, it's still October. It's October 24th, 2019. There's still a month and a half till the Game Awards, and there's about 2 weeks until Death Stranding. So far, it's, Kingdom Hearts has it for me. It just reminded me about all those times. Playing Kingdom Hearts reminded me about all the memories and the thoughts and the emotions that I had as a child, and how they're still part of my heart today, even though I've been feeling like I'm going hollow, like I'm losing my connection to all these things because of the way the environment, the way society and people have been treating me. I feel so, almost dead, right? And depressed that I've lost everyone, that I have no consistency in my life. Nobody is consistent. People are nice, then they're mean one second, then they betray you the next second, and you just can't count on anybody. I could always count on these memories that I've had as a kid and these stories that have been told, right, that will stand the test of time. They continue to stand the test of time, and they will always stand the test of time in my heart and in my mind. I will never forget these stories and the trials and tribulations that the characters had to go through. And that's us. That's what I need you to understand, is that we are them. They are us and we are them, right? Artistic expression, any kind of art is just some human taking what is inside their own heart and their mind and putting it onto paper or into music, into a song, into a game, into a movie, into a painting. You're taking what is inside you in your own mind and your own heart, and you're expressing it to the world. So Kingdom Hearts reminded me about all those things that I hold dear to me, It brought me back to all those worlds, to all those connections that are still there. They're so small, they're so thin right now. I can barely feel the connections, but I know deep down they are still there, and I will never let them go, even after I die and I pass. I will keep them with me forever, for all of time. It helped remind me what my purpose is, what my goal is. It helped bring me back to my free will. And it gave me hope. Kingdom Hearts has given me hope. So, thanks for listening. This is just my quick story about how Kingdom Hearts saved me from going hollow.